Good morning, student. Hope so you all are fit and fine. Okay, children. So today we will study the new topic, and in the previous two classes we have studied about that why we need the joints in our body and what are the types of joint. So children, so today we will study about the types of movable joint. In the previous classes, I have told you the meaning of movable joint. Movable means our movable joint are that joint that can move in all the direction. Okay, children. So tell me, in the first class of this chapter we have learned about some of the examples of joint in our body. So let's see that what are some of the joints in our body. Look here, children, we have learned about the neck joint, the shoulder, the wrist, the hip, the knee, and the elbow. Okay, so children, listen here. As I instruct you that you can try to move your body at every point, you know that. Okay, so how do these body parts move, in which all direction they move, how did it feel? So children, today we will study about that how the neck, shoulder, wrist, hip, knee and elbow joint, in which direction they move and how they can move. Okay children, so let us start. Today we will study about the types of movable joint. Look here everyone, there are four main types of joint in our body based on the way they move. It means that जो movable joints है वो four types के होते हैं. So and they are बेस्ड ऑन द वे दे मूव, और वो ऐसे मतलब ऐसे डिवाइडेड है जिस तरीके से उन लोग मूव कर सकते हैं, द वे दे मूव. सो चिल्ड्रन, लेट्स स्टडी द फर्स्ट वन. द फर्स्ट वन इज द पाइवेट जॉइंट. जॉइंट रोटेट और ट्विस्ट. इट मीन्स दैट ये जो जॉइंट है ये मतलब रोटेट कर सकता है और ट्विस्ट कर सकता है, मूव अराउंड. नाउ लुक हियर दैट व्हाट इज द एग्जांपल ऑफ द पाइवेट जॉइंट. द नेक जॉइंट इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ द पाइवेट जॉइंट. सो the example is the pivot joint. You can see here that it is a pivot joint and the neck region is this, so it is a pivot joint. Okay, now second one is ball and socket joint. Ball and socket joints move in all directions. In this joint, the round end of one bone fit to the hollow end of the another bone. So ball and socket joints ये वो ऐसा joint है जो हर एक एक direction में move कर सकता है. You can see here that this one is the ball and socket joint. Okay, so what is the example of ball and socket joint? The hips and the shoulders are the example of the ball and socket joint. So hip and shoulders, this one is hip and it is your shoulder, so they are the example of the ball and socket joint. In these joint, the round end of one bone fit into the hollow end of the another bone. और इसका ये मतलब है जो यहाँ से शोल्डर की जॉइंट होती है, उस शोल्डर का राउंड एंड और उसका जो हिप का राउंड एंड है, दोनों एक दूसरे के जो हॉलो है उसमें जॉइंट होता है. Hope so you have understood the first two, that is the pivot joint and the second one is the ball and socket joint. Now children, come on to the third one, that is hinge joint. Hinge joint moves only in one direction. So what is the hinge joint? It only moves in the one direction. They work like the hinge of the door. As we open and close our door, that it only moves in the one direction. In the same way, the hinge joint also moves only in the one direction. The knee and elbows are the example of the hinge joint. So what is the example of the hinge joint? You can see here that is knee, ghutna, and elbow is this one. Okay, so the last one, that is the gliding joint. Gliding joints slide over each other, providing some sideway movement. Some joints inside the ankle and wrist are the example of the gliding joint. So जो gliding joint होती है वो बस थोड़े थोड़े मूव कर सकते हैं. उसका एग्जाम्पल है, यू कैन टेक ऑफ आवर एंकल एंड wrist. जो कलाई होती है वो और जो पैर का एड़ी होता है वो. नाउ सी हियर, this one दिस वन जो अपने टोस के ऊपर होते फूट के, ये हम लोग के हो गए. दिस वन इज द एंकल यू कैन सी हियर, एंड दिस वन इज द wrist you can see here. So both are the example of the gliding joint. Okay, so today we have studied the 4 types of movable joint, that is the pivot joint, the ball and socket joint, the hinge joint, and the last one is the gliding joint. So children, can you tell me one thing, why don't all our joint move in all the direction? The question is that कि जो हम लोग के सब joint हैं वो सब एक ही direction में क्यों नहीं move करते हैं? What would happen if the elbow had a ball and socket joint? Why do we need different types of joint? It means that अगर जो हम लोग के elbow की जगह ball and socket joint होता तो क्या होता, और हम लोग को क्यों different joint की ज़रूरत है? Now listen the answer. Different part of our body needs to move in different ways. It means that जो हम लोग के body का different part है वो ज़रूरी नहीं है कि हम लोग same way में उसको move करें. It needs to move in the different way. वो अलग अलग way में सब body parts move होते हैं. We need some joints that only move in one direction, while we need the others to move in all direction. It means that हम लोग के body में ऐसे कुछ joints हैं जो एक ही direction में move कर सकते हैं. You can take the example of your wrist and your ankle. और body में कुछ ऐसे joints होते हैं वो जो हम लोग को ज़रूरत होती है पूरे direction में move करें. So the joint in our body are adapted to the kinds of movement required. It means that जो joint है हम लोग के body में present है वो हम लोग को जो kind of movement जितना requirement है उसी के हिसाब से the joints are also made in our body. Okay children, hope so up to here you have understood. So today we have studied that what are the different types of joint. So what are the different types of joint? The different types of joint are the neck joint, the ankle and the wrist joint, and the shoulder and the hip joint. Okay, so how do different joint moves differently? You can see here in very short. Let's revise what we have studied today. Now listen here. The types of movable joint. Movable joints are of 4 types. First is the pivot joint, that it moves around. Examples are the neck, the wrist and the ankle. After that the gliding joint only slide side away, मतलब बहुत ही थोड़ा थोड़ा वो move करता है, little bit only. Wrist and the ankle. After that the hinge joint moves only in one direction. So hinge joint जैसे हम लोग का डोर खुलता है और बंद होता है एक डायरेक्शन में, in the same way the hinge joint is also there. It only moves in the one direction. Example is the elbow and our knee. After that the ball and the socket joint, it moves in all the direction. You can take the examples of the shoulder and the hip. Okay, thank you children. Hope so you have understood the topic. So stay safe and be healthy.